You know those wild tricks in video games you always wonder about? Could they actually save you in real life? Well, today we're taking one of the most famous video game saves and seeing if you can really survive a fall from space just by landing in water. Let's see what physics has to say about that.
Right, so if you've played Minecraft, you know this move, the water bucket clutch. It's the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card. You can fall from literally any height, land in just one tiny block of water, and walk away like nothing happened. It's a lifesaver.
Okay, but what happens when you swap the video game for the real world? Well, let's just say the laws of physics don't have a reset button, and they have a very, very messy surprise waiting for you.
So, picture this. You're falling. But before you even start thinking about that water landing, you've got a much bigger and frankly much hotter problem to deal with, and that's the atmosphere itself.
That's right. If we're really talking about falling from space, say from the Kármán line, which is about 62 miles straight up, then the simple act of falling through our atmosphere is your first and, let's be honest, probably your last challenge.
See, as you come screaming into the atmosphere at hypersonic speeds, you're creating an unbelievable amount of friction. We're talking so much heat that the air around you literally ionizes, wrapping you up in this superheated bubble of plasma.
So yeah, forget any ideas of a graceful dive. You're not a person anymore, you are a human-sized meteor. You would almost certainly burn up on re-entry long before you even caught a glimpse of that swimming pool. Game over right at stage 1.
But okay, let's pretend you've got some kind of futuristic heat-proof suit and you actually make it through the re-entry. Awesome. Now you get to deal with the impact. And this is where that whole water is soft idea gets completely demolished. We all know what jumping into a pool feels like, right? It's soft, it's refreshing, but when you're plummeting towards it at terminal velocity, that same water becomes something else entirely. Something really, really unforgiving.
So you'd be hitting the water at roughly 120 miles per hour, or 2 kilometers per hour. That's a human's terminal velocity. That's the fastest you can fall, thanks to air resistance. Hitting anything at that speed is just catastrophic.
So what's actually going on with the water? Well, at low speeds, the water molecules have time to just get out of your way. But at 120 miles per hour, you're hitting them so incredibly fast they can't move. They get compressed, and that surface tension makes the water act like a solid wall for a split second.
And that's really the bottom line. The impact force is exactly the same as if you were slamming into solid concrete. So much for that soft, life-saving landing you were hoping for.
All right, let's keep pushing this crazy hypothetical. Let's say you've got the heat-proof suit and some magic device that gets rid of surface tension, so you actually slice right into the water. Great. You're still not out of the woods, not even close.
You've definitely heard that old saying, it's not the fall that kills you, it's the sudden stop. Well, it's a cliche for a reason. Going from 120 miles an hour to 0 in just a few feet unleashes some truly devastating forces inside your body.
The result is a phenomenon with the horrifying name of internal decapitation. And trust me, it is every bit as gruesome as it sounds. Your body just isn't built to handle that kind of rapid deceleration.
So here's what happens, and it's pretty grim. The moment you hit the water, your skeleton stops, just instantly. But your internal organs, they don't. Because of inertia, they keep on going, slamming into the front of your body cavity and literally tearing away from the tissues holding them in place. It's an unsurvivable injury.
So, you've been incinerated by re-entry, shattered on impact, and torn apart by G-forces, a real trifecta of awfulness. But wait, believe it or not, it actually gets worse. Let's imagine you did all this and landed in, say, a suburban swimming pool.
That's right. On top of everything else, you're now a cosmic outlaw. You just performed an unregistered atmospheric re-entry, you definitely violated FAA airspace regulations, and oh yeah, you're now on the hook for the pool cleanup. Yeah, a lot of chlorine is probably the understatement of the century. So I think the moral here is pretty clear. Some video game tricks should absolutely stay in the video game.
So there you have it. The water bucket clutch is officially busted by physics in at least 3 different, equally messy ways. What other video game logic do you think needs a serious reality check? Let me know what we should tackle next.